This is Natalie, and this is one of my promised installments for Keto on the Road. Today we're going to go take a look in the 76 station. This is actually right next to my hotel. Good morning, everybody. So I promised you a tour of the 76 station. So we're going to go see what they have that we can eat there. That's actually good keto food. And they have this little rewards card. Well, let's go take a look at what they have. So here we are inside. Stay away from that cabinet. They've got coffee. You have hot dogs. And if you're very nice and ask them, they may be able to show you a label so you can see what's in these. So I would be willing to risk these if I could see a label. Stay away from the buns. I'm going to stay away from anything covered in flour of any kind. Look, they have a condiment section, which is pretty awesome. You read your labels here. You can probably get some mustard, salt, and pepper pretty easy, and maybe even some taco sauce or a relish without sweetener, if you're lucky. We've got some milk products. We've got some half and half. I would not go with half and half. I would rather do butter or coconut oil in my coffee. And here you've got some snack cheeses that might be pretty good. You could have the sandwiches and just eat the meat and cheese, unless you have a gluten allergy, in which case don't eat it because it's touched the gluten and that would be a problem for you. Over here we have nuts. So nuts are usually pretty good. So here are just plain almonds. They have 6 grams of carbs, 4 of its fiber. So this is actually pretty good. You can probably eat these quite safely. Be quite happy. You also want to be checking fats. Let's look at fats and proteins while we're here. Sorry. So we have 1 gram of saturated fat. That's good. Total fat 15. Not sure where the extra came from. I would eat these. Nuts are good. It's only almonds in there. And protein, 6 grams of protein per serving. And there's 2.5 servings in here. And I like that it has the per container as well. Cashews, I believe, run a little bit higher in carbs. So they have more saturated fat, which is good. They have 9 grams of carbs per serving, 21 in the packet. So you eat this packet, that's all your carbs for the day. So be super careful if you go for cashews. Almonds are a little bit better. Unless you have an almond allergy, then it sucks, but you probably have a lot of nut allergies then. So the Blue Dime is lightly salted is better than no salt. Here we have 8 grams of carbs and 2 of sugar. So they've added something here that adds the sugars. Contents is almonds. Maybe their servings are slightly different size then. Be careful. I love the smokehouse ones, and I found out that they tend to add some sugar. So the ingredients here, they've used unpleasant oils, malted dextrin, which is super high in the glycemic index, and corn syrup. So even though they don't claim a lot of sugars, I would not choose this one. That's a great price for small bottles of water. That's all beer. We can't have that in the truck. I have never found a Gatorade that was low carb. Got lots of water. Be cautious on your flavored waters for what they've added. Ooh, bubbly in bottles. I've never seen bubbly in bottles. So those are usually really good. They're just flavor, no sugars added. I get those in cans at Safeway and Albertsons. More water. Okay, energy drinks. So I can tell you right now, the sugar-free Rockstar down there. Let's take a look. Oh, there's one up here. Sugar-free Rockstar, 0 carbs. It has acesulfame, potassium, and sucralose are the sweeteners there. So if those don't bother you, have Rockstar. My husband doesn't care for the flavor of Rockstar, but he'll choose that over no caffeine. His favorite is these Monster Ultras, the Zero Ultras. I do believe that these Ultras here, you can't see what I'm pointing at. These Ultras here should also be really low carb. So here's his main one we get when we can get flats. 2 grams of carbs. It's sweetened with erythritol and sucralose. I think the inositol is probably also a sweetener. And it also has the has sulfame potassium. So those are all sweeteners. I can tell you all the Starbucks coffee, including the cold brew, has sweetener added. You can read your labels there. And we don't need anything in that section. Now my favorite section. Not this one. That's my old favorite section. Oh, one thing we can have here is Quest bars. So read your labels on your bars. The Quest bars. This is 21 grams of carbs, 14 of fiber, 3 of erythritol, 1 sugar. So the way you read this label is you have your total carbs minus your fibers and your erythritol. So 21 minus 17 is 4 grams of carbs for this bar. Now here's what we have. You can eat this. So I don't really like the corn fiber or the sunflower stuff, but it's sweetened with sucralose and it has milk and almonds. So Quest bars, usually safe. Check them because sometimes they run really high. So here's another example of what you do not eat. So this one, the metrics. "27 grams of sugar, so 42 grams of carbs. That's 2 days worth of carbs. Only 3 of it's fiber, most of it's sugar and sugar alcohol. So 42 minus the fiber minus the sugar alcohol is only minus 5. So we're down to 37 grams of carbs, which is almost 2 full days of carbs. So stay away from these. You've got to read your labels. Now my favorite and most hopeful section is the beef jerky section. But again, you have to read your labels very carefully. So here, the Duke's, I know, always runs low. We've looked at this in the hotel room. We've looked at this. Here's a new flavor. So every new flavor I check to make sure they haven't snuck stuff in to make it yummy and bad for me. 1 gram of carbs. Thank you, Duke's. We love you. Here's the contents. So they put a little bit of cane sugar, but it's pretty low on the list. And in here I get 10 grams of fat. A bunch of it is saturated fat. No trans fats, yay. And we got 7 grams of protein. So Duke's, first choice. I actually grabbed some of these and I'll be trying those today. I don't need them, but it's a different flavor and I've been pestering them by filming in here, so I actually want to buy something from them. So Jack's Links, you can find them everywhere, but big caution. They have 6 grams of carbs, all of it sugar. Sugar and brown sugar after the beef and water. So I would stay away from these unless you're really, really desperate. If you react to sugar, stay away from them and try and find something else. Jack Link's beef stick, 9 grams of carbs. Brown sugar is the second ingredient on that one. Look at that. Second ingredient. We don't need that much sugar, people. Okay, so here's one. Slim Jim with the cheese. So saturated fat is 7 grams. Total carbs 1. So this is great. Now it does have corn syrup and dextrose, but it's less than 2%. So this is about the same as if you eat some pepperoni. So this one, it has the cheese and the beef. This is a great combination. Okay, so that was our tour of the 76 station. I'm pretty happy. I could eat meat, cheese, I could get energy drinks, there's plenty of water, and they have a little condiment section, which I would be careful to read, but I'm totally happy with that. So I give Union 76 a thumbs up because I could be able to eat there. And I guess that's it for today. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, you can either post those below or you can email me directly at ketootr@gmail.com. And that stands for Keto on the Road. And we'll see you somewhere on the road. Take care.